Staying up. I'm wilding out. I'm leaning in.
Hi guys, just Safi here. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, then make sure you hit that subscribe button, because if you're not subscribed, I'm judging you. And also click the notification bell so you can get notified and become a part of the MVP family, because you guys are the most valuable players and you are what make this channel rock. So let's get started with this video. Today I'm doing a foundation free makeup routine. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want to introduce you guys to what I'm really doing with makeup on a daily basis. Most days I don't wear foundation. The only time I really wear foundation is if I have somewhere special to go, but on most days I don't wear foundation, but I do a little bit of something to my face just to even out my skin. And so I'm going to show you exactly what I do, so stay tuned for this foundation free routine. Alright, let's get started. So I'm starting on clean face. I've already moisturized with my Pond's cold cream, and I also did my brows ahead of time so we could save some time. So let's get started with the routine. The first thing that I do is I use my concealer. Now the concealer that I'm using is the LA Girl Pro Conceal. This is in Fawn, and I just use this in several areas on my face. Now I use this first under my eyes, just in a triangle. And I also use this on my lid as well, mainly because I have a darker lid and I have very oily eyelids. I also will take a little bit of that and just add a little here and just a little here and there, and that's the first thing that I do. I either use a brush or a sponge. I'm going to go in and use my brush. This is the AOA E103 brush, and I just spray my brush just a little tiny bit because it helps to move the product around the face more easier when you are spraying. And then I take it up to the brow and I just go under the brow bone as well, just to kind of clean up the brows, and I go underneath. I make sure that I'm hitting in that inner corner as well, and I'm hitting all the way on the outside, and I'm going all the way around with my brush, blending that concealer out really well. And I love to use my concealer first and use it as my base to help me to cover up any dark spots, any lines, if there are any sort of dark pimples, which I don't get very often, thank goodness, but just any sort of darker spots the concealer is really good for. If you feel the need that you may need to color correct, you can do that as well. I tell a lot of my friends out there who have acne and rosacea or just dark spots in general, that they may want to color correct in those areas first, then add your concealer. Okay, now that I have done that, I still have concealer on my face, yes. I'm going to take my bigger brush, and this is the F1 from AOA, And I'm using this just to help blend all of this. Is the same brush that I would use for my foundation, but I also use it to blend out my concealer just like I would my foundation. And I make sure that I blend really well. I'm pressing into the skin under the eyes and on the eyelid to make sure that the product is really set in there and distributed really, really well. If you see me looking down, I'm looking down at my mirror to make sure that I am completely blended. Now I only went 2 shades up in concealer. Now most people say, well, what color do I buy in concealer? Depending on what your natural tone is, you would want to go up just 2 to add a brightening coverage effect. And that's what I have going on so far. And that's what I have going on so far. Now, there's 2 things that I can do to my skin. I can either add my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Powder, and this is in 360 Mocha, or I can go in and just add my Black Opal powder in dark. Now this one is a pressed powder and this is a loose powder, and it really doesn't matter which one you use. Sometimes I use both because if I don't want to add the heaviness of the liquid foundation, I will add the 2 powders and just to give me a little more coverage. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to use just a little tiny bit of the pressed powder, and I'm just going to go all around here like so. Just a little bit, not even much at all, just a little bit, just all around the area. And I make sure I blend that out even into my neck so that I don't have any lines of demarcation. Like, you don't want to have like your face looking one color, your neck looking another color, and people can see where your makeup stops and ends. And I add that to my face, and then I'll go in and I'll use my Black Opal loose powder. I tap a little bit for the extra fallout, and then I just add this all over. If I feel the need, like I have to bake for a little while, I have extra bags under the eyes and I feel like I need to, then I will. But usually I just push this into the skin, and that's really it as far as the foundation is concerned. And this is a routine that's really good for if you do have to go somewhere, or you just have to go out in general and you want to do something quick just to put a nice even base on your skin. You can do that, and that's how that looks. I'll go in and show you what I will do as in terms of the rest of my makeup. Now I will go in and I will take my black liner, and this is from Nika K, under the eyes. Going in under the eyes, it really just wakes the eye up, widens the eye a little bit. And then I can also go in on the top and tight line the top as well. And that's what I have as far as that is concerned. Then I'm going to go in and I'm going to just put a little wash of something on the eye. Nothing too much. That's why I like this. This is the e.l.f. Rose Gold No Budge Shadow Stick. These are a line of eyeshadow sticks that they came out with that I really like because it adds shadow to the eye really, really quickly. So you don't need to blend out too long, and it doesn't smudge, and it gives you just a wash of color. So I'm using this in rose gold, and I just go in like so, and just keep just doing that arch, that little rounded arch, rounded arch. The one thing with this, do not take it up too high because you can break the stick, which I almost did when I first purchased it. I got a little happy and went to wind it up and I almost broke it. So you don't want to do that. I'm going to go in and do the same thing on the other eye as well. I'm going to go in and I'm going to take my brush here and I'm just going to blend that. You don't just want to use a stick and then just go blend it a little bit so that your lines are not that harsh and everything is nice and smooth. Like so. And that just adds a little tiny wash of color on the eye. I also sometimes will go in and I will spray my brush. And this is a tip for all of those out there who buy a eyeshadow palette that's not really as pigmented as they want. You can spray your brush a little bit and just tap it there. It'll help to pick up more product. And then I just add a little wash of that white in the inner corner. It's not a lot, but it'll do a little something just to the inner corner. Like so. And then I'm going to go underneath again with the same shadow stick. And I'm not going to go all the way. I'm just going to start from that middle and just outward. And then I'm going to take my brush and I'm just going to blend a little bit under the eye. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to do a little contour today. I'm going to show you what I do as far as contouring is concerned. I'm going to take this palette and I'm going to use this very, very darker shade. I'm just going to contour just a little bit. So, okay, I went in and I contoured. I used the darker shade here and I went in and I contoured, and then I also went in and sprayed my brush and with my Ruby Kisses All Over Glow, and I just did some highlight here on both sides. And I'm going in with my Wet n Wild Max Volume Plus mascara. I love, love, love this mascara. It really lengthens my lashes and makes them look like I have a false lash on. And I do the same underneath as well. And then as far as the lip is concerned, I really don't do much on most days. I will just take a little bit of this Ruby Kisses Crystal Gloss in Shine Seduction and I will just put a little on my lips. And that is it. If you guys have any questions, please make sure that you put them in the comment section. Anything that you want to say, make sure you put that in the comment section as well. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit like and subscribe and that notification bell. And I will see all my MVPs next time. Adios.